Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. So I've been doing a short series of videos where I sum up my fragrance journey throughout 2022. I did the video about my most complimented fragrances of the year. I did the video about the 10 fragrances that I bought blindly and turned out to be great. And today I'm going to do the last video in that series where I show you my most used fragrances of the year and my least used fragrances of the year. I'm gonna start this video with two quick mentions of my least used fragrances of the year. I'm gonna start with the Ysoi EDP. Now you may wonder why this is amongst the fragrances that I've used the least throughout the year, but I've said it in previous videos. I'm not the biggest fan of this fragrance, of this DNA. There are only two reasons why I would use this fragrance, and that would be if I want to get compliments, because this fragrance, the reality is that just like Dior Sauvage EDT, this is a compliment monster getting fragrance. And the other reason would be if I want a longer lasting fragrance in the hot weather. But to be honest, I've only used it a couple of times this year. And the other fragrance that from my collection that has seen very little usage throughout this year is Boss Orange for Men. Now, as you can see, the bottle has seen quite a bit of usage, but that was a few years ago. In the past couple of years, for some reason, this fragrance has not seen much usage from me. Maybe my nose has changed a little bit, but the combination of woods and vanilla and apple here have started to get a bit off-putting to my nose. Now, taking away the least used fragrances of the year, let's move on to my most used fragrances of the year. I'm gonna start with a fragrance that has seen a lot of usage last winter and a bit of usage this winter, and that's Mercedes Benz Club Black. You all know what this is. This is a lovely vanilla fragrance, vanilla, benzoin, very sweet, very well blended vanilla, very good for nights out, for date nights and stuff like that. It saw a lot of usage last winter, and I need to get a backup bottle because I think I have just about 10 mils left in this one. The next fragrance in today's video is going to be the Odyssey Home from the House of Amouage. Now this is a fragrance that's very similar to Tom Ford Noir Extreme, also shares some similarities with Mercedes-Benz Select Night, and maybe some very distant similarities to Your Home Intense. What we have here is a sweet, powdery type of fragrance. We have some vanilla, we have some iris, some amber. It's very nice, very gentle type of fragrance. Ever since I got it at the end of the summer, it's seen quite a lot of usage from me. I really like to use it on the night time. Sometimes I wear it to bed, and I've been enjoying it more and more with every other use. The next two fragrances in this list are going to be iris-based fragrances. The first one being the Givenchy Gentleman EDP, a formal type of scent, very nice, very mature scent. The iris is the main star of the show here. It's accompanied by some lavender, some bergamot, some cinnamon, some vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin. As I said, a very formal, very mature, very classy fragrance that goes well with a tie and a suit. Also, this has been performing really well on my skin. Yesterday I wore it. I get over 10 hours on my skin, a couple of days on my clothes, and it's seen a lot of usage this year. The other iris fragrance in this list is going to be the Valentino Woman Intense. Now, one of my all-time favorite scents. Here the DNA is well known. We have again iris as the main star of the show, but in the opening you get some citruses, or to be more precise, some orange that gives it a bit of a freshness, and then this dries down to a really nice mix of vanilla, leather, and iris. And the combination of iris and leather here is done in an absolutely fantastic way. I really love this scent. It's seen a lot of usage throughout this year, but it's been used mainly in formal type of occasions, like important parties like anniversaries, birthday parties. Quite a few weddings this year. We had to attend quite a few weddings, and pretty much every time I had to be dressed up for a special family type of occasion, I was wearing Valentino Woman Intense. Next, I'm going to mention two freshies, because you can't have a year's list without mentioning at least a couple of fresh fragrances. The first one is going to be the Versace Man Eau Fresh. Now I simply love this fragrance, one of my all-time favorite fragrances, probably the fragrance that I've used the most throughout my life. This is a 200 ml bottle, and I've used multiple 200 ml bottles plus multiple 100 ml bottles. Probably I've used over a liter of this stuff in my life. About the scent itself, it's a fresh scent. You've got lemon, bergamot, starfruit, cardamom, cedar, pepper, saffron, amber. Quite airy but complex scent, very nice, mildly sweet fragrance that's been working very well with my skin. And as I said, I've really been enjoying this and using it pretty much throughout my life and this year as well. The next freshie in this list is going to be Givenchy pour Alma Blue Label. Now this is more of a fragrance that I'm been using for sentimental reasons, because again this is something that I've been using quite a while back. Since quite a while back, I've used multiple bottles of this. The actual scent, what you have here is grapefruit, bergamot, lavender, cardamom, vetiver, a nice freshie. The problem with this one is that it doesn't have that good of a performance, but still, as I said, because of some sentimental reasons, I like to use this one during the summer. Then moving on to a cheapie that I discovered this year, and that's the Amir Al Oud from the house of Latafa. A great little scent, a couple of different ouds mixing together with a nice amount of sweetness, sugar, burnt caramel type of sweetness, and a nice amount of smokiness. Very well blended, very well rounded off, dense with good performance, dirty cheap. Ever since I got it, it's seen a lot of usage. Then I'm going to move to the fragrance that I've probably used the most throughout this year, Club de Nuit Intense Men. This is the EDP version. I got this bottle in the spring, and ever since then it's gotten quite a lot of usage. It's a 200 ml bottle. We know very well that this is a Creed Aventus clone, but the EDP differs to the EDT because it's a bit better blended, less harsh in the opening, still keeping the great performance and great projection from the EDT. Another compliment monster getting fragrance, very versatile, that's seen a lot of usage throughout this year. Now time to move to the final two fragrances in this list. They're going to be both members of the Sauvage family, starting off with the original Sauvage EDT. Now, hate it or love it, this is probably the most versatile fragrance out there. One of the most crowd-pleasing fragrances that are out there. Another compliment getting monster fragrance. A fragrance that I've really loved ever since it came out. I have one of the original bottles from 2015. Very good performance, very good projection. As I said, a crowd-pleasing fragrance that I always use a lot. And I'm gonna finish off this list with the Sauvage Elixir. Another great crowd pleaser, very popular fragrance at the moment. Carries the original DNA of the Sauvage EDT, but makes it, slight twist to it. It's a bit darker, a bit more mature, a bit sweeter. The lavender here is more prominent. Also bumps up the performance, which was, as I already said, great on the original Sauvage. Very popular at the moment. Another compliment getting monster. The only problem with this is the price tag. It's quite an expensive fragrance, but I think the scent and the fragrance inside and the performance are well worth the price. So guys, in this video I showed you I think 10 fragrances that have seen the most usage throughout this year. As an addition, I'll show you 2 fragrances that I've barely used this year. I hope that you found this video entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, stay safe, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye.